Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Maya and today I'm going to be talking about suicide awareness. If you're here, it's either because you support and love me or you just really wanted to watch this video. So either way, thank you. If you hear noise in the background, it's either the crickets or the children playing at the park. Because it is Suicide Awareness Month, I thought that it would be a good idea for me to make this video due to my own personal experience with this depression and mental awareness. And if you don't personally know me, then you wouldn't know that I actually had a very close friend pass away early this year by suicide. So yeah. So I thought it was important for me to make a video on this topic. And hopefully it can be a little pick-me-up for anyone that needs it, or a positive vibe type of thing, or for anyone that wants to know that they're not alone and that my channel and the rest of my social media is a safe place for people to come to just be themselves and feel good. So with that being said, let's get right into it. I forgot to make a disclaimer at the beginning of the video. This is gonna be like a suicide video, and I'm gonna talk about suicide and all that stuff, so don't watch this if you know it's gonna be a trigger for you. Trigger warning. So yeah, thanks. So I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to say in this video because I have so many thoughts and feelings and emotions and stuff towards this topic. So I want to start by saying that if you personally know someone that has passed away by suicide, I don't know if that's the right phrase to say, passed away by suicide, but I just want you to know that I understand your pain. Like, I really do. It's something that's really horrible for someone to go through. Like, the people that are left behind, it's a really horrible experience, and it's something that I never thought that I would have to experience, like, in my whole life. Just, you think about stuff like this happening to people, but you never think of it happening to you and your life and your family and your friends. And when it does, you have this feeling of a little bit like guilt, like you feel a little responsible, like you could have done something, like there could have been something you should have said to this person or could have done for them that would have prevented them from doing this. And from my own experience, it doesn't really matter what anyone says or does. It's all within that specific person that's going through that experience. It's completely a battle between them and themselves, and it's something that the people that are left behind cannot blame themselves for, because you never know what someone's going through. Even if you do know what someone's going through, you never know what their intentions really are, or how they really feel, and you can't change that just by saying something or trying to do something. You can help them, you can make them feel better about the situation, but you can never really change their mindset. The only person that can really change their mindset is that specific person. Everyone always wants to think that they can stop that person or could have stopped that person, but the only person that could have stopped it was them. And the only way that would have happened is if they truly wanted help and truly wanted to live. Like, they truly wanted to live again. And that's something that we, as the bystanders, what I like to call us, forget. And we like to put all the blame on ourselves. And the thing is, there's nothing you could have told that person that they didn't already know. Like, you want to say, I wish I would have told them I love you more and all these things, and I'm sure that they knew that you love them. I'm sure they knew that they weren't alone. It's not the fact that they feel this way, it's the fact that they can't handle the pressure of life, the pain of life, the stuff that they've been through, their trauma, all these things come together and, you know, make someone's life feel minuscule or makes it hard. A lot of people can't deal with all the stuff that they've been through, and a lot of things don't help them. And obviously you can help someone, or you can stop someone from killing themselves in the meantime, but those thoughts and feelings won't go away unless they really want to get to that point, unless they really want that help, like I said, unless they really want to live again. And for some people, suicide is an impulsive thing, you know, like heat of the moment, you feel like this is a really horrible pain that you don't think you'll be able to get through, and it just that happens that way. Or some people, they suffer day to day for a long time until, you know, they really decide that this suffering is not something they want to continue forever. And that's something that's really horrible to think about and so sad, but it is life, and life is hard. And for some people, they can understand that life is hard, but they can also understand that it's never going to be hard enough to where they never want to exist anymore. But for other people, it's an everyday battle to have that strive to want to live. And I can relate to that because I've seen it happen. I felt it happen in myself and so many different things. This world is so hard for a lot of people that it doesn't matter what anyone says or does, it just wasn't meant for them to live forever with this pain that they hold inside of them. For me, my friend that passed away earlier this year, she told me stuff that she would never have told anyone else. Literally, it was so hard for her to just tell me this stuff. And the stuff she told me was stuff that I know no one else in her life could have fathomed hearing, because it was just really horrible for something like that to be happening to a person, especially her, because she's just a small, like, beautiful, innocent person, and it was really hard for her to deal with. And I knew that every day she was carrying this pain would never go away as her life passed through the days, because sometimes it just doesn't. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes something resonates in your brain for so long that you don't know how to carry on. You don't know how to deal with that pain or live with it. And it took a lot out of her to tell me that stuff. I spent so much time of our friendship, like the entirety of it, just making sure that I was always there for her, because I knew the way that her life played out, that it was never going to be easy for her, and that she felt like she couldn't talk to anyone besides me about specific things. But the thing was, she suffered from mental illness. She always suffered from that. And she was always suicidal. I always felt, as long as we were friends, that I could prevent that. She got professional help. She felt like the help wasn't working. And she always had this pain deep down inside of her that she couldn't figure out, you know, what to do with it or how to deal with it. And I always knew in my heart that that pain wasn't going to go away no matter what anyone did for her. And that's okay. Sometimes the pain doesn't go away. Sometimes you just learn to live with it. You know, people kind of put a big emphasis on, like, getting rid of your illnesses, and like, your brain is your brain. You can't get rid of it. You have to learn how to live with it. Sometimes, I mean, it doesn't matter what you do, medicine, therapy, any type of thing that could help you like that. Like, just because you do all this stuff doesn't mean you're gonna be helped. It doesn't mean the stuff's gonna go away. It doesn't mean your trauma's gonna be resolved. And sometimes nothing worse, because that's just, you're just a human. That's just how your brain goes. And it just kind of reminds me how when I'm depressed, because, you know, I'm not like struggling, I'm not starving, I have a roof over my head, I'm in good health for the most part. Like, I have all the good things about life that so many people don't have. But for years and years, I've lived with this depression in my head and these other mental illnesses and all this stuff that's made it, you know, a little hard to live. And not gonna lie, like, I probably feel depressed every other day. But the thing about that is, I've learned to live with it. I know how to live with it. And I have tried things to help me, but I'm not a medicine type of person personally, so that's not an option for me. And yeah, there's only so many things that you can do to try to help someone or yourself until, you know, there's no more options and you just have to live with it. And that's what, you know, I've learned to do. And it's important to know that the best thing that we can do is try. And sometimes that's not enough, but that's one of the many downfalls of being a human. And it definitely sucks, but I understand, and there's so many people in the world that also understand.